Okay, so you have word that you're moving. Maybe you have orders, maybe you don't. We all know how that goes. But either way, how do you know when it's the right time to make the announcement that you're actually PCSing? How do you tell your tribe that you're leaving? Let's talk about it. Hey friend, I'm Erin, military spouse and teacher turned photographer, and I love helping fellow Milspouse photographers build businesses that thrive despite frequent moves. I'm so glad you found me here. If you have a PCS coming up, I have a free resource for you that I think you'll find helpful. It is my 5 ways to PCS prep your photography business. I will link that in the description below so that you can check it out. Now, this probably goes without saying, but before you make any announcement, you want to think about the people who you don't want to find out about your move through your business channels. So in your personal circle, think of your family, your kids, any close friends, your neighbors, your landlord, anybody who you would want to tell personally, but then also in your professional circle as well. So if you have clients that are already booked who are going to be impacted by your move, or even if you plan to still shoot these clients, but you will have to travel back for it, you want to make sure that you let those people know ahead of time so that they don't see your announcement and wonder what's going to happen with their session. It's better to be proactive and give them a better experience by just reaching out and letting them know, hey, I'm moving, I'm still going to shoot your session, or hey, I'm moving and I need to cancel your session and give recommendations. But regardless, you just want to make sure that you've reached out to those people before you ever make an official announcement on your social media channels or to your email list. Then, once you have filled in all of the people that you want to talk to personally, you can start to think about how you want to make this announcement. And as with all things business, I would encourage you to do this strategically. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're hoping to fill your calendar before you leave, you want this announcement to bring in some inquiries. So let's think about how we can make this announcement in a way that that's going to happen. To do this, I recommend thinking about 2 things. First, is there an opportune time to make the announcement? And second, do you know your last date that you're going to be shooting yet? Let's talk about why these things are important. As far as the opportune time goes, I will share a personal example. When I was ready to announce that we were leaving Washington, D.C., it was right around the time that I was going to be opening up my schedule for cherry blossom sessions. So I decided to do those around the same time. On a Friday, I announced our move, and then on Monday, I opened up my calendar for my spring sessions. And there were a lot of different factors at play, but I did book a record number of sessions in those few days. And I think part of that was because I was able to use a lot of language in my marketing about this being the last spring cherry blossom session in DC. And if you wanted a session with me with the cherry blossoms, either downtown or elsewhere, now is the time to book. And I think really working that language into my marketing made a difference in the number of sessions that I booked. Now, unless you're in DC or maybe Japan, cherry blossoms might not be a big deal for you. So think about what is. Is there a way that you can tie your announcement into some mini sessions that you're launching, or a sale that you're having, or another big event in the area? If there is a way to do that and the timing works out, then using the language about your moving in your marketing might just help you increase your bookings. In addition to thinking about the timing of the announcement, the other thing to consider is when you're going to be wrapping up sessions in your current location. Now, depending on the timing of your move and when you find out, it might be a ways away, or you might be on a short timeline here. So if you do know your last date, great. If not, that's okay too. But if you do know it, you can use that as a marketing tactic, again, to help you bring in more bookings before you go. Either way, whether you know already or not, I do recommend having a final hurrah before you go. We're going to do a whole nother video on this another time, but basically this is a way to bring in some extra income before you go as you prepare for the lull that comes from the transition time. So if you know when your final hurrah is going to be, you could hint at that in your announcement, or maybe this is the strategic thing that you're pointing people towards as you are making your announcement. You tell people you're moving, and then there's going to be one last opportunity to book sessions with you, and then lay out the details for that, and that can help bring in some extra bookings for you as well. Well, friend, there you have it. The big takeaway here is to not just mindlessly make an announcement one day that you're moving. If you put in just a little bit of effort to think about the timing, you can make this announcement in a strategic way that'll help fill your calendar before you go. If you have questions about how to make the announcement or what to put in the announcement, feel free to drop those in the comments below or head over to the Photographers Changing Stations Facebook group. If you're not already in there, it is a wonderful place to connect with fellow Milspouse photographers, and I would love to dig into this conversation a little bit more there. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.